Hello everyone, welcome to my channel for SOPs DevOps for Salesforce. Today we are going to discover about Git. Firstly, a bit of history about Git, that's essential. Secondly, what makes Git different from any other VCS out there. Thirdly, as professionals, what do we need to know about Git? Then how the Git architecture framework is, and finally the bottom line. Let's get started. A history about Git. There was an open source project, Linux kernel, that went ahead from 91 to 2002, and it was kind of steered by an open source community who were in lies with a commercial company, a commercial partner who was using a distributed VCS called BitKeeper. It went on smoothly, but then there was a conflict of interest. There were some proprietary differences, and this kind of motivated the open source community to start up something of their own. And in 2005, you got Git, thanks to that. And this is some of the brief history about Git, and what makes Git different from any other VCS. So basically, Git sees a file or artifacts in its repository as its snapshot at an instance of time. So if a file is kind of updated, say from F11 to F12, at that time T1 it was F11, and at time T2 it was F12. So Git sees it as at T1 it will take a snapshot F11, at time T2 it will take a snapshot F12. Whereas if we talk about any other VCS, usually it focuses more on what's changed after a span of time. When a file is modified, what is the delta? It emphasizes on that and not on the file. So this is one of the reasons that Git is pretty fast if you compare it with any other VCS, and that's the reason it's pretty widely used. Moving on, what do we need to understand as professionals about Git? Specifically, for if I talk about developers, Salesforce developers, what do you need to know about Git? What do we need to know to understand Git better? That it has, a file working alongside a Git repository. It has uh, three states. First state is the modified. When you have modified the file, it will be in the modified state. The second state will be staged. So when a file is set to be committed, or if I say it in better way, when a modified file or a deleted file is set to be committed, that change is staged. It is not yet committed. It is modified but not committed in your local file system, but it is marked to be committed in your next commit. Brings us to the third stage, that is the commit stage. It's basically you know its ID, the snapshot ID of the Git repository when that file is actually committed, that particular log ID. So these are the three stages. If you know about these three stages, you're good. You're good. You're good with Git. You're good to start off with Git. And this kind of let's see how the Git architecture framework is, because there are so many kind of Git vendors out there. So basically we know how the system, how the Git system sees a file, sees a repository. Now out there are so many vendors who kind of used the technology, built on top of it, built their UIs, built few functionalities, and that's from where you got GitHub, you got GitLab, you got Bitbucket, Azure DevOps. This list is endless, and they all are doing pretty good because they have their own features and own functional ways. They have their own set of UIs, and this kind of leaves it more to the client or the development team to which think they are more comfortable to. More or less, they offer similar functionalities. I won't say same, similar functionalities. So it's good to know this, and it makes it very simple. You have your remote repository, you clone on your local, it is distributable, and you start working on it, make changes till you are kind of convinced, make as many branches as you want, and then kind of push your changes. So it's that simple. It makes it pretty easy. This brings us to the bottom line. Bottom line about Git, what could be it? Start using it, because I've seen sessions, I've seen the methodologies where you know changes go on dev console. They happen. We know that they happen, but this may bring in a lot of inconsistency in your source code. This may lead to breaking the CI. This may lead to overriding each other's changes, and we know what that can lead to definitely. And if there are multiple developers working on the same class on a maybe dev console, you don't know what's going on over that class. So it's not good to work in dev console. It's always good to work on your local, and once you test, kind of push your changes, and from there you follow a cycle. We'll be discussing, we'll be practicing, we'll be doing hands-on for that cycle. But start using Git, and not a fun fact, but a fact, maybe a fun fact. So there's a salary difference between a Salesforce developer and a Salesforce DevOps developer. So a developer, if you're aware about the DevOps concepts, how to develop over a DevOps governed model, do have some bonus in store for you. And I'll leave it to you guys to kind of go check it out, how much that difference is. If it motivates you to kind of do this, then go ahead. That's all I had in store today for you guys. Thank you so much. Those who are subscribing, those who are watching the video, those who are commenting, thank you so much. It does bring in some motivation to bring up good content for you guys. There will be definitely some more practice sessions and hands-on in the upcoming sessions. Again, do subscribe, like, and the channel content if you like it, and drop in the comments if there's anything specific that you want me to take up. I'll make sure that that is covered. Again, thank you so much and keep safe. Bye bye.